to my channel. And what we have right now is Jonathan has sent an encrypted message to all presidential aspirants. He has said that any president that is finding it difficult, okay, without gaining on a platter the approval of the North, is definitely not yet deemed or divinely ordained by God to become the president. I don't know why Jonathan released such a message, because we know that the only person who is out there doing everything possibly to unseat Tinubu is Peter Obi. Could this be maybe Jonathan is working for Tinubu? I mean, because we all saw the body language of Jonathan, how he keeps laughing when he's been asked, "Okay, are you going to run?" Because yes, constitutionally, Jonathan has every right to run. He has every freaking right to run. He has only, campaigned, engaged himself in an election. He has only been elected once. The other one, he wasn't elected. He completed a tenure, and he definitely can. And indeed, the Northerners are out there calling for Jonathan. Oga, come and run. In fact, the North PDP are begging Jonathan to come and take over the presidential slot in their party. Right? But here we have it. Jonathan has told the North, and he has told all the Southern candidates, that if the North will not support you without any form of conditionality, perhaps it is not yet your time, that divine forces are not involved. I beg to disagree, Jonathan. As a patriot, what Jonathan must do is either he runs or he endorses someone. Enough of the parables, enough of the encrypted message. I am a child. I don't understand what he's saying. Oga, speak in plain language. Either you speak that, okay, Tinubu is the one that you are endorsing because Tinubu in 2023 got the love and support of the North. That is unarguable. That is undebatable. Everybody saw it. Everybody knew it. That Tinubu was voted in by the North. Nobody can come out and take that away from him. But that was in 2023. In 2027, why the Northerners are still finding it so hard to get convinced that Obi will agree to the terms and agreement that he has read out and to his vows, all right? They are willingly, readily, hastily, and these are people who are radically telling Jonathan, Oga, come and run. You come and run. Oga, come and run. We have the ADC, we have the PDP. They are all begging for Jonathan. I am telling you, if Jonathan declares he wants to run today, ADC will willingly give it to him. But is Jonathan as better as Peter Obi? I don't think so. Probably, maybe at worst, they are at parity. Yes, this is so much how I believe Obi is also good economically. Alright, if Tinubu, whom we thought could have changed the country in the last 2 years, however, what we have is hardship, what we have is impoverishment, what we have is lack of electricity, what we have is insecurity, and whatnot, and whatnot. And Tinubu, maybe in the next 2 years, if only he has the capacity to change the status quo and the direction of the economy, then maybe I personally will begin to speak about Tinubu. But in terms of the politicization, dismantling of the North, I have no issue with Tinubu on that, because I can see he is pressing the neck of the northern oligarchs. But what affects my life is what I would come out here to talk about. All right, I must be able to afford Gary. I must be able to afford spaghetti. I must be able to afford ticketing fee to travel to Ghana. It's as simple as that. All right, so the point is, Jonathan, who are you working for? I have made so many programs in the past about this issue of Jonathan, that Jonathan will not betray Tinubu. That Jonathan, for me, I see as a man who tends to, he tends to pay good with evil, with good. It doesn't pay evil with evil. Unlike the Northerners, who over the years, the Northerners have proven to be those kind of a people that bite the fingers that feed them. We know how they did in the 1992. We know how they did in 2007. We know how they did in 2014. We know how they did in 2023. In 2023, the North didn't want to cede. Tinubu, confronted them, and somehow Tinubu was able to find the weak ones among them, and he was able to manipulate them using financial, aids and incentives called bribe. I mean, as reported, all right. But here he is today, is the president, and the same North who know that the PDP where Obi actually belonged have served us for a very long period of time, for over 16 years. All right. Yes, instead of the PDP, instead of the Northerners to agree that okay, it is the town of the South. What did they do? They said, Umba. They said to hell with the Southern. That is what they keep saying now. They don't always want the South to have their own interests served. They don't. The North are like the imperialists. Yes, they are too imperialistic in nature. They don't want the South to always have the last word. They want to be the one that will come out and say that now waiting we talk go stand. That is the problem they have. With Tinubu case, what they said stood, but now with Tinubu in power, what they want is not happening. Tinubu is not implementing their wishes. Okay, he is not out there to protect their interests. So they are having serious headache. Like, why is this man? This man has that temerity. Obasanjo was there. Obasanjo was doing our bidding. We all know what Obasanjo did for the North. We do. In fact, Chena Jonathan, you see when they, in fact, Jonathan was the worst of it all. Jonathan was like their puppet. Jonathan will it almost got to a state that if Jonathan wanted to lie with his woman, he would have needed to go and ask the North, is today safe for me to lie with my wife? That was how worse Jonathan was to the North. And even at that, they never respected him. They kicked him out like a piece of, baggage and garbage. They rubbished him, destroyed his legacies, all the elementary schools, they turned it to den to recruit bandits. And, these were the things they did. And all of a sudden, we can see them coming out saying that, Jonathan, when I did this not there, hey, well, we have to get to a position that we will begin to talk to ourselves in the language that we individually, as a different nation, understand. We have to. As a matter of urgency, we have to. And this is why I keep saying that 2027 will possibly be the last election Nigeria will have. If the North will not respect the Southern agenda, if the North will not support the right candidate and they think they can grab power, then in return they expect Southern population to come and fight for them, it no go happen. No. Bazamu yandaba. Allah ta'ala bazamu yandaba. The North in 2027, perhaps ADC finds their way in with Atiku, then Tinubu rigs them. Then Atiku come out and start crying. They don't rig me, oh, Nigerians rise. No, they are not go rise. It is those Alemanjiri that will rise, not us. We rise. Not be only rise, now beans. Rise what? Make I hear say we rise. You can see that the Southerners are singing it now. ADC zone, oh. ADC South, oh. ADC do normal, oh. They are saying no. They're saying that they're moving wavy, trying to be half, clever by half. Well, I don't have any problem with them. But what I know is Jonathan is not going to run. Nobody, why they are calling Obi to come and run on PDP? Obi cannot be that, cannot be that, clueless and gullible. That he will go and grab the ticket in PDP. If Obi does that, I'll call him a political naive and a political, neophyte. I'm telling you, if Obi, out of desperation, leaves ADC and go to PDP and collect the ticket, not in ambush. It's like you taking your own neck to the slaughterhouse. Like, oh yeah, now the neck with this, just butcher it. You want to go and fall into the trap of Wike. Even when the ADC that we are still saying that wants to be the better alternative, we just saw recently that Kachuku, the deputy, has come out to say that they want to dethrone David Mark, which I'm going to show you a video right now. the ADC is still shaky. So some people are telling Peter Obi to go back to PDP. No, 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 no. Is that Obi remains in that Labour Party? All this outcry by the North that Obi, when are you supposed to leave? Why are you still in Labour Party? Why have you not resigned? Why have you not joined? Listen, instead of Obi to join PDP, I swear better make it go APC. C'est fini. I'm telling you. Instead of Peter Obi to join PDP, he should just go APC. He should go and contest in that APC primaries. He should declare that he's joining APC and he wants to go and run. Let's see, maybe they will deny Peter Obi from joining APC. It is better he goes to that APC and go and run in there. Yes. So that everybody will just expose APC for the criminals that they are. But he ain't going to PDP. No. Umba. Or he shouldn't just run. Make it just day in day. Make it no run at all. It's better. Alright? It's better. Because Jonathan, Baba no go run, not keep calling him. Jonathan, his body language is telling us that Jonathan wants Southern candidates. That's one. Secondly, Jonathan, his body language simply shows that he is behind Tinubu, because that is encrypted language that anybody that will become the president does not have to tell all the 36 states, that it will just happen divinely. Such nonsensical statements. Pardon my French. He's a former president. But make Baba they watch him out, I beg. Make they know they scoop us. If you are for Tinubu, tell us that, well, you are for the incumbent. Nobody go drag you now. After all, we knew what Tinubu did. Immediately Tinubu came on board, we saw what Tinubu did. Tinubu released all the confiscated properties that belonged to Jonathan. He released it back to him. The properties that Buhari seized, he released it back to him. We knew. All the, pending corruption cases, Tinubu waived it. So we know these things now. Look at what is happening with our grandpa too. Wale Soyinka has changed. He used to say that I don't judge people within 6 months. I judge people within 1 year. But we hear anything? We don't hear anything. Do I need to tell you who Pastor Adebo is supporting? Do I need to tell you? So we know that the tentacles of Tinubu is spread out. We know that this man, he know how to don't corner the main people. And these are the things that I keep crying that Obi self gas sabi how to corner all those big top men. As long as he doesn't want to be an activist, he wants to play Nigerian politics. Baba, all those top men, you guys go there, they shook their mouth, go there, service them, wet the ground. That is it. Let's listen to this man who wants to dethrone David Mark. In fact, ADC now, everything don't scatter, yam, pepe. Then we listen to what Rufai Oseni also has to say.
Following the zoning of the People's Democratic Party's presidential ticket to the south, PDP chieftain Abba Moro has suggested that former presidential candidate Peter Obi and former President Goodluck Jonathan might join the party in the next election. Well, according to Moro, a number of people have been asking both potential candidates to run under the party. Moro spoke on channels stating that there is a possibility for both candidates to join the party. Let's take a look.
And so, in the run-up to 2027, I'm aware that certain individuals have been talking to Peter Obi, hey, come back home. This is what we are likely going to do. And if you come, you stand a chance of being a candidate. So, yeah, some persons are talking to the president, former president, to come and run. And it's a possibility. You will recall that in 2015, when President Jonathan, GCFR, wanted to run, there were hues and cries all over the place about the constitutionality of his candidature. But eventually, it was settled even by the court that he was qualified to run, and that is why he ran.
All right, let the race begin. Dr. Vasi, although, President Jonathan has not officially announced his bid to run for next election, he's still with the PDP, isn't he? President Jonathan
never left the PDP. So to say that he will join the PDP, is missing the point. Yeah. So he has remained, he has always been a member of the PDP. Yes. It's Mr. Peter Obi who left the PDP to join the Labour Party in the last general elections, and also now is with the ADC. But there are members of the PDP, notably Professor Jerry Ghana, saying that, it would be a good thing for him to come back. Now, what we know is that both Mr. Peter Obi and President Jonathan, they've not spoken, they've not made any comments about whether they are interested in the ticket of the People's Democratic Party. So at this level, all you can be sure of is just permutations, calculations, projections, recommendations by members of the People's Democratic Party, and in the case of President Jonathan, a Northern Alliance that calls itself Bring Back Our Good Luck Group, saying that President Jonathan will be the best bet. But what we can say with certainty is that the People's Democratic Party has now obviously zoned the presidential position to the south. So which means that the PDP is going to field a southern candidate as president. The chairmanship of the party is going to the north. The deputy chairman of the party is going to come from the south-south. The convention of the party is going to hold in Ibadan in November. Ambassador Damagum having been confirmed as the substantive chairman of the party, which automatically, under PDP constitution, gives him the power to conduct a convention. After that elective convention, when a new national executive committee of the party will emerge, there will now be a convention towards 2027 to choose a presidential candidate. So that's the state of play within the PDP. But there are persons also who are arguing that the presidential candidate should come from the north. But it's early days yet. But the political parties, they are getting ready. People are expressing their views. Senator Abamoro, where I don't know which particular camp that he belongs to, but he served under the President Jonathan government. But as I said, all the names that have been mentioned, they will need to confirm that they are interested. And then the process will be something all of us will watch.
Well, junk it and move on. Until another fire comes, I face it.
So this, your antagonism and criticism of Bola Tinubu is personal?
It's not personal. I thank God that I didn't make a mistake of being in this government administration. I thank God that he gave me that opportunity at that time to distance myself from that government. I don't know, because if I were in this government, I probably would have been sacked a long time ago, or probably would have been killed, or I probably would have resigned.
Why?
Because the way they run the government doesn't gel with me.
What makes you think?
I cannot go to a meeting in which 99% of the participants are Yorubas. I've lived in Lagos for a long time. The tendency that they finish the meeting in their language and then I'm just sitting down there. I cannot go in.
Is that what operates?
Yeah. They are so predominant in the system. They are so predominant in the system.
So you're accusing this government and President Bola Tinubu of nepotism.
Let me tell you, when we were doing the campaign, after he went to that Lagos and said that thing that he said about Emeloko.
That's Ogun State.
Yeah, in Ogun State. There was a Bola Tinubu platform in which were participating. And they started insulting Northerners. Northerners are this, Northerners are this, Northerners are this, they are illiterate. So I wrote on that platform, a WhatsApp group. These are the people whose votes we will need. If you antagonize them, we are finished. Then I wrote that. The problem with Yorubas, and I still repeat it, is that when you support them and they win, they turn around to convert you as if they behave as if they have subdued you, as if they have conquered you. They will not count your support. I used to say that all the time, even when we sit in his house and we say, no, BD is not like that. I used to say, look, gentlemen, if they are honest, bring them on this television, they will remember. I said, the thing is that we are just doing this because we want Bola Tinubu to be president. We that are not Yorubas will regret it. Because when you go there, they throw us out. They say, no, BD, why are you saying that? It's not true. It's happening now.
Is it happening now?
Exactly. Worse than that. I didn't expect it to be.